There's only one thing that separates you from the you that lives your dream life. I'm now coming up on my 9th year of following my passion, and it hasn't been this easy and effortless as it is today for a long time. Most people will say pursuing your dreams is simple. You just have to go for it. You just have to get the discipline. But bruh, it's not that simple. I'm just here to tell you the truth. I have now succeeded in completing 2 of the visions that I had for myself. First was building a successful video business, just video production. After my AI degree, I studied artificial intelligence, realized that that was not my passion, so I decided to pursue this video creation thing because that gave me energy. And I delivered groceries for 5 months after my studies, and after 5 months I could live from my clients. So that was my first vision. My second vision that I did was YouTube marketing, and in 2.5 years I scaled my clients' YouTube channel from 10k subscribers to 260,000, and we're still going. I believe now we're at 280,000 or something. And now I'm starting this third thing, like teaching people how to pursue their passion. So, okay, what is this one thing, right? Like that's gonna fulfill all your dreams is agency. And there are lots of aspects to agency, but agency is the thing you're looking for. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about the spectrum of agency and how you can progress on that line. What is agency? Like agency, you can also see as the freedom to do and create whatever you want to create and not be bogged down by everything that's in your mind, all these emotions, all these thoughts, all these distractions. There are lots of aspects to this. With everybody that I coach, I have these 8 steps that I coach them through, and these will give you the agency needed to be totally fucking peaceful on the inside, not tired, actually getting so much fucking energy from doing the thing because you're progressing, right? Like one of my biggest problems was the feeling that I just had no progression towards my goal. What I believe to be true about why it's so hard to build agency in this world is because there are so many things that are designed to hold you back. This world is so comfortable that it's super easy to give up a little bit of agency every time you choose the comfortable path. And this might be something that you don't want to hear, but it is up to us. Like if you want to progress and live the life that you want to live and create everything that you desire, you have to be willing to do those things yourself. I always had this burning desire to do my own thing, this burning desire to not be trapped. And it got me to sacrifice a lot. Like in the beginning, it was me living in a van to keep the costs low, to really get by on as little clients as possible. But if you think about it, this is a way you give up agency. So if you have too big of an apartment, you are trapping yourself in a way, and this is all a spectrum, right? Like there is always this trade-off between freedom and between comfort. Also, like when you want to do a job is less free, right? A job needs you to be on time all the time, and that will cost you your time freedom and your movement freedom. And that is a little bit less agentic. So the world is full of these trade-offs. And progressing on this ladder of agency requires you to navigate those complexities towards full fucking agency. And of course, I'm not there yet, but I'm like a whole fucking lot further than I was like 8 years ago. I basically have all the time freedom in the world. And I have leverage because I'm so good at what I do, because I pursue my passion. And that makes me severely obsessed about shit, which makes me super valuable, which gives you leverage, which allows you to have a little bit more agency. I could go to Brazil, surf there for a month last November. Also making these YouTube videos. it doesn't really matter. Like I have all the freedom in my time. I can do my client work whenever I like. I work 12-hour days, but that's not what I have to do. I choose to do that, and that is agency. I've identified 8 different things that are very important, different dimensions that you need in order to get agency and control over your life. And I believe in my heart that these need to be sequential. So you first have to go to step 1 and then eventually land in step 8. So what are the 8 steps of agency? First, you have to look at proactive structuring. So what do I mean by that? Like, why do you need proactive structuring? Proactive structuring is basically carving out time to do and pursue the thing that you want outside of your day job. Consistently free up time to get that side gig going. Then there are all these things that keep us stuck, laying on the couch, being lethargic, not moving forward. And it is my belief that this is because you are not knowing the reason behind those coping skills. It could be smoking weed, it could be drinking. Like, there are different ways that you generate this negative emotion, and you kind of want to compensate with that with your bad habits. So for me, it was when I was a kid, I couldn't finish my schoolwork, and I created this pattern of making myself super frustrated and angry in order to get into fight or flight to finish my schoolwork. This totally spiraled out of control. It got into a burnout when I was studying artificial intelligence. And I just was hyper stressed, and I went to the psychologist, realized, oh fuck, I'm talking so negatively towards myself, and this created all these stress patterns on the inside, me beating myself up, etc., etc. It took me to really monitor my inner monologue and get rid of that voice before I could progress towards step 3. And step 3 is mental and emotional stabilization. So this monitoring my inner monologue is very much a mental stabilization. What do I mean by mental stabilization? It is getting a clear mind. Like, we get so in our heads, and there are just all these thoughts that are constantly distracting you. Like, if you would have someone around you that's constantly distracting you from everything that you, how the fuck do you, that is what this voice and this inner chaos is actually doing to you. There's something that's constantly distracting you. Of course, when you have scattered energy, you can't pursue the things, and you'll get discouraged, and then you're back in your bed, right? So mental stabilization, emotional stabilization, super important. Have to know how to regulate. So then you have step 4, conceptual clarity. And basically what that is knowing yourself and the outside world to such an annoying degree, and I use first principle thinking for this, to carve out a path towards your dream. So, for example, conceptual clarity. I want to build a coaching business. What do I need for making a coaching business? Okay, I need clients. I need to know how to attract these clients. Need to know how to do marketing. I need to understand how I felt when I was in the shitty position that I'm trying to help people with. So how do I do that? I go back and see how I felt, and then I use that to speak to you in a way that resonates, and then I make a YouTube video, and then people will listen and believe me, because I am just reiterating how I felt when I was in that position. Right? There are first principle things surrounding the thing that you want to achieve that you just need to know in order to carve out a path. And the way you do that is by really looking at the first principles. Okay, what is actually true? And really stay tethered to reality here, because we can all be delusional, And a little bit of that is like super nice at some point, but I really like to stay in truth, right? Buy a course on what you actually want to achieve, because those people will probably have figured out a lot of shit that you haven't figured out yet, and you'll get way more things that you know you need to advance at, right? I didn't buy courses soon enough, like for real. Like it could have been like way easier and way faster if I had bought a course sooner. Like I bought some, but didn't buy enough. Yeah. So just a tip. Yeah. So then direction calibration. Often we can want the wrong things, right? We can look at our peers and see that they have a cool car, or your parents want something from you, and you will never have consistent energy for the things you want to achieve in life unless it is actually coming from a true soul desire. And I'm getting a little bit spiritual here, but knowing what I know about this reality, having read what I've read, I feel that it's more logical to believe in this spiritual reality. I wasn't always like this, but I just can't deny it, and I'm not going into it. But I do really believe that your soul is actually a compass, and you know when you are on your compass, when a certain activity that you do results in high energy levels. So if you are making decisions from the mind, from an idea, oh, I want to make a lot of money because then I look good in the eyes of strangers, then that is an ego want, right? And I like to distinguish between desires and wants. Wants, I feel, have this lack towards it, like this contraction. This already gets a little bit into direction calibration. I feel like every decision that we make, everything that we do, needs to be looked under through the lens of, is this expanding, making me feel expanded, like relieved, excited, passionate, all those kind of things, versus things to do out of guilt, out of attachment. By the way, I just made a video, the one before this, about detachment. Extremely important. That's a more specialized video, so go watch that one. I'll link it below. It's a very good video. Two different ways of looking at it: expanding feeling on the inside or a contracting feeling on the inside. Faith, fear, right? Fear, contracting, faith, belief, relief. Like if a certain action makes you feel contracted, you know there's kind of a certain fear attached to it. And I've like the root cause of being so lethargic, the root cause of beating yourself up, it's all because beating yourself up is contracting, guilt is contracting, being angry is contracting, and just feel like contraction, right? Like what is that? Like that is like forcing things, right? And of course this costs energy. So if you do that for too long, you just be exhausted on the couch. Well, my fucking words are not flowing today, but it doesn't fucking matter. It's about the fucking information. So yeah, so this direction calibration, super important. You have to know how to make your decisions, right? Then guilt-free leadership, step number 6. When you know your direction, you actually need to have the fucking balls to act on them. And I've been without boundaries for too long, just not being able to say no. And that just made me like dependent again on anything other than myself. And what is agency? What is freedom? The thing to plot your own path and go for it, right? So if you struggle to say no, if you feel guilty a lot, you have to work on guilt-free leadership. You have to learn how to set boundaries and how to feel okay about that. Then step 7 is human essentials, I call it. Everything in this society is built to distract you. Everything in this society is built to make you give up agency for a little bit of more comfort, right? So just the fucking basics. good hydration, good food, exercise, engineering your environment that it's easier to win than to lose. Like my room is very practical. It could use a little bit more like ambiance, and I'm working on that. But like I engineered my fucking environment, this environment, but also my digital environment. Like I dummified my phone. Look it up. Plenty of videos on that. Get your fucking basics sorted. Yeah, like it's hard to get your basics sorted and go to the gym and be consistent there if you're not emotionally, mentally stable, if you don't have all the steps beforehand, if you don't know where to go, like what should you do, right? Like, are you pursuing the wrong thing? Oh, you need direction calibration, right? Like I've been so obsessed with this for so long that these are the things that you need. So yeah, after human essentials, then you go to advanced introspection. That's step 08 is the last one, because advanced introspection, going really deep on the patterns that constantly self-sabotage you, could be very destabilizing. It's very uncomfortable. It's like often going back to your childhood. I just embodied my inner child and he was so fucking mad. And revisiting all these patterns that you still act on today, but these live in the unconscious, and it takes some deep introspection to get to that, and then a lot of feeling to finally get rid of those so that they don't unconsciously guide your actions anymore. But I've had that, I do have that as a last step in my process, just because it could be destabilizing. So yeah, these are the 8 steps. I don't want to take up more of your time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Yeah, check out my coaching website, and yeah, just follow me if you are interested in agency, following your dreams, all this kind of things. So yeah, I'm gonna edit this video now and go further on my fucking path, right? See you in the next one. Peace.